Here comes, here's the draft. We're going to see him, or are we going to see him banned out by Sleepy? Telenas banned out by Nova first.
I think we saw this yesterday as well, banning the Telenas out because of how powerful it is in that side lane.
I like that draft because it means that they're taking it away from Z as well, and that's been their focus. They agree with us. They think Z is very important.
Okay, so what we've got is Murad banned out first for Sleepy Team, which is target ban, and Wisp for Nova, so they don't like what they've seen with the Wisp performance from Sleepy. Florentino's out, that's standard.
Radically different bans than we normally see. That means there's so many heroes getting through, TJ.
Yeah, this means Elsu's still on the cards, surely first to be banned here. Richter still floating around, Sephiroth still floating around. We talk a lot about these Murad bans whenever they come through from teams facing Nova. We call it the Vex tax, because if you're not paying the Vex tax, if you're not banning out the Murad, he'll pick it up and destroy you on it.
Immediately grabbing Elsu, as you correctly identified. He's always snapped up, I think 100% snapped up whenever he is available after the bans.
Oh no.
That is a smartly dressed but a slightly surprising choice, possibly getting locked in for Sleepy Team.
Oh, I like that though. The Vex tax is extended. They say, okay, but we have Knight. Knight, who actually played into Nova Esports in the Season 2 finals, subbing in for Bubble Team. He plays a darn good Nacroth, and we can absolutely take away both Murad and Nacroth, one in pick and one in ban.
I want to talk about the Valheim for a moment though, because it looks like Nova correctly identified that Telenos and then Wisp was the Z's general hero pool there, or at least have our C could play very, very competently, and now he reluctantly picks the Valheim, which will not be as damaging whatsoever.
Annette and Ryoma locked in for Nova, and while we're choosing on Sleepy Team size, Richter isn't made an appearance yet.
No Richter coming through, which is a little shocking to me. The rest of the picks do come locked in though, and it will be that side lane decided. I particularly like the Zenial coming through for Sleepy. That gives them a little bit more options to extend the fights.
Oh, and looks like Richter might not even make it to the end as Omen snapped up. And there's already a side lane there for Sleepy, unless they want to make Zenial support.
No reason to.
Liliana, Omen complete things on Nova's side.
Oh, Teamy Hubbard.
I think they forgot that Richter exists.
If you're going to just assume he's been banned because he always is. Okay, it's crashed. Crashed completes it.
Probably support. I cannot imagine that's not support crashed, and it will be going to 09. So the reason they want that is a counter to Elsu. Because what the crash gives you is it disrupts an entire team fight. If they're all organized, it doesn't matter. You pop the Crashed Metamorphosis and you push everyone back, potentially stunning the Elsu and making it easier for your high mobility characters to connect. And they do have a couple of those, but the entire game is going to revolve around the Tulin and the Nacroth managing to get to the backlines and get to the Elsu.
I think Nova's won this draft. I think they have a very cohesive composition. I think they know exactly what they're doing. I think they messed up Sleepy with their band, and I think Sleepy is out of sorts.
Ryoma, Liliana, Omen all on the side of Nova can get a jungle dealt with, but on Sleepy, they don't care about the bits in between the lanes?
Well, they've got the Nacroth.
Yeah.
Knight's really good. I cannot stress this enough. Knight is really good. We haven't seen it yet. I forgive your lack of faith.
Oh, thank you.
But
I don't think of Knight and Nacroth as getting that done.
He played Batman, he played Nacroth, he played Mira. That was his hero pool as of Season 2, and that was a bit limiting because he only really played those melees in the jungle. But Bubble Team actually drafted him onto their roster rather than any other jungler in Europe when they couldn't bring their own jungler.
Okay.
Because not only is he really good at overlapping with Vex's pool, which was nice, but also he can go head-to-head with Vex on those melee characters.
I just don't feel like Nacroth is the jungle hero I'd have picked.
Well, we'll have to see if it works out, but I like his mobility.
All right, well, it's on for Nova and Sleepy Team. Sleepy Team know what a huge game this is for them. They don't want to be second out of EU. Nova want to run away with this season.
Nobody's sleeping on them.
Well, hopefully not Nova, but...
The invades will come through for Nova into the enemy jungle. Same is happening from Sleepy Team. Normally, Coco manages to win this out by stealing away a buff for something. Here, I think he's been bullied back far enough, that won't be an option.
As far as clear speeds are concerned, neither team has the edge as far as going the Dioma versus the Nacroth, so neither team benefits from this invade as long as it's even.
The hyper-mobility of the Nakaroth, though, truly is terrifying, because he can just show up in lane and be back jungling in a millisecond.
Right, I think the hypermobility of him helps more, though, in immediately snapping onto a hero that's been caught out. And that's going to be on Z to get that stun onto them, and then Knight needs to be there immediately to follow up with the Judgment's Blade.
But they have a few tools to catch people out. Not just Z with the instant, or the infinite stuns, rather, but also the Metamorphosis, and also a few coming through with Malleus or Angelic Splendor to turnify. They have options.
Forgive me for thinking that Nova is not going to get caught in many metamorphoses.
Metamorphosi.
Metamorphosizes.
Nice. That is the plural. Fun fact. Vico and Nice will be doing in mid for now, and Vex is scared back by the two of them. The Spectral Iron not able to connect.
Nova does have his level 4 there, so he's perfectly content to just back off there and get ready for this Abyssal coming up soon.
Complete sprint for Sleepy Team. They're playing a 2-2-1 comp across the map. What I mean by that is, of course, where their players are concentrated. Normally, you don't put two players up top, but the reason they're doing that was they wanted Knight to get the wave clear immediately into the Spirit Sentinel.
Right, and they do have the Spirit Sentinel, but good move by Nova. They go directly onto the Abyssal. Oh no, they're kind of bungling this a little bit by not picking up immediately.
Yeah, 09 was there to scare them back. You don't really want to take it into a crash because he's just so tanky. He can mess up your day for so long.
I put that on Coco, though, because Coco, had he scouted that they had gone for the Spirit Sentinel, he could have relayed that information to his team, and Nova could have taken advantage.
I hate to point it out, and you certainly shouldn't be counting any chickens at this point, but Sleepy Team are holding their own in the very early game.
Yeah, very much so. Tiny errors from Nova, which is fine, but you expect them to be basically perfect at this point.
If you expect perfection, you can only be disappointed. Sleepy Team aren't yet, though. They control the Abyssal, just resetting it for now, not really wanting to take a fight versus Oxy. Does go wide with that snipe.
We'll have to take a look at these snipes. Even just one critical one can flip a game, so even if he's missing early, late is when it matters.
They trade out iFlex in that bottom lane. So far, Oxy has proved a viable replacement for Nova's former star. Ooh. With snipes like that, Oxy continues to make that case.
Gets that seagull right underneath their eyes. Fico, a little bit of trouble there.
That seagull gives so much vision on the jungle, it's actually the cue for Nova to consider that Abyssal a little bit more seriously, but they again lose control due to 09 and Z.
Right, both teams are very conservatively, but maybe putting an aggression right there.
Yeah, a little bit of poke. Knight leaning out, showing that hyper mobility. If anyone extends into him, he can instantly, like you said earlier, snap on to someone who's a little bit out of position.
Tries to get to the Grizzly Q, but because of her passive, fun facts on the wind cuffs, you actually get a nice shield if they stun you, but 60-second cooldown on that.
Oxy's pushing pretty far forward here, and that's something to keep wary of, because the major target of the Nakaroth is going to be that Elsu.
Right, he does have that disengage though, so only poked forward just a little bit to make sure that the Abyssal Dragon was leashed once again. And for those of you at home, they're attacking the Abyssal once, running away, making sure that the other team cannot take it while they're off doing other things.
What other things are Nova doing?
Just farming up at the moment. They don't want to fall behind, and even if the other team goes for the Abyssal, you can still keep up by continuing to farm when they are not. So they don't want to, again, fall behind in that regard.
But is it worth it to continue kiting out the Abyssal? Because I feel like in this early game, Sleepy Team have been holding their own.
It seems like Nova know that they're not playing a specific early game composition, so there's no rush. And the longer this game goes, they feel like they have the advantage because they feel like they're the better team.
Fair team fights, they think, will go in their favor.
Yeah, exactly. A fair team, basically the entire game, right? They'll be able to take 5v5 team fights well, they'll be able to take macro game better.
But they might be wrong. Coco caught out in the Malleus. Few might not quite have the damage. And Coco chasing him back, but he'll have to recall. That's a fight gone over. Oh, and the push! The Tulin coming through on the flank. There's the Thunderbird. Coco's down. First blood to Sleepy Team.
Beautiful rotation by Fico, but down here in the bottom lane, Noah trying to take advantage.
Knowing that there are two players up, they want to get something from it, but 09's got that Metamorphosis, meaning he's comfortable pushing pretty far forward.
Yeah, exactly. So they're not too worried about that. Oxy, by the way, he has built Fafnir's talent, and that makes me a little bit worried. It means he's not very confident in his snipes. He's going for the auto attack build first off.
Maybe just the consistent damage of the Fafnir's talent build is worth it.
Right, and he can clear the wave a little bit easier. That does help him clear and get him more gold, so perhaps that'll allow him to get to his other items a bit quicker.
We were very disappointed come AIC when we... Oh, that's a good stun. Z demonstrating the downside of this matchup as Oxy's caught off as well. Sleepy Team now 2 kills up.
beautiful recognition, seeing that Grizzly Q was not there to protect him, and the instant he was a step out of line, they punish him, and that is a kill to Sleepy Team.
The Abyssal Dragon now up for grabs with that kill in the bot lane. Sleepy Team feel comfortable pressing for it. Grizzly Q does have vision, but there's nobody to properly contest, meaning the gold lead's back in Sleepy Team's favor.
Again, more conservative play coming out here from Nova, realizing that they can't take that. It is the correct play, but it's just strange to see this from them, especially because we've seen such great early game play from them in the past.
My God, Daniel. Is Sleepy Team challenging Nova Esports?
They're doing the best any team has done so far. We can say that for certain.
This is absolutely the best performance anyone's gotten against this Nova side. Regional champions, AIC veterans, 2 times on the world stage. This time, I'll try and hold against the young upstarts of Sleepy Team, and so far, it's been an even game.
Right, but a 1.5k gold lead does not a win make, TJ, so they have a long ways to go before they can take this.
Definitely still not counting chickens. The top lane tower, though, maybe you can count that. It's pretty low on HP. A solid push from Sleepy would do it, which is why they've rotated 3 players up. You can see, though, Nova, I love this, the precognition almost, because they know that tower is low, they know Sleepy are pushing forward, and they know Oxy and Grizzly Q can get away with a little bit more aggression down bottom because of it. That's exactly what they'll do, getting the Seagull for the extra vision, now going through it, deciding to join them. 09's cut off a little bit. They'll loop around, Fico's here, Sleepy, 2 of the turn with this metamorphosis, but it goes wide, nobody found, and now Fico's turned on Hurricane Wall, the Angelic Splendor to back them up, but the great wind cuffs completely stalled the fight, and the Angelic Splendor's cancelled. That'll be a dive in, Poseidon grabs Fico, and the fight goes nowhere for Sleepy Team.
It seemed like Nova was being over-aggressive, but in the end, it was Sleepy who overstepped and lose a hero for it. It almost would have been even worse for them if you had come in with the Angelic Splendor, because they would have had this open lane up top.
I think they might have still managed to scrape out that fight if Fico had the extra HP from the Angelic Splendor.
Well, the thing is, if they do have it, then Nova just backs off. They get an easy tower, and instead of a death, they lose a tower there.
For 09, actually, hold up. We might need the context for your death if you're not careful. Knight goes in to try and save him. Good stuns up the snipe. Knight tried to body block, but it was not enough. And Nova are back in this game with a bang.
Oxy lines up that snipe perfectly right between the eyes, and down goes the shark. Oh my goodness.
I was talking about this man, though. The Angelic Splendor can't be cancelled by the caster once it's in motion, but if you stun him or pull him, you do cancel the Angelic Splendor, which is one of the many reasons Omen is quite good into him.
Right, and Coco kind of reflexively probably canceled that, but might have been better off just pushing the tower.
We'll see how that pays off. For now, Nova seem happy with the result. Abyssal Dragon will be kited out, probably just reset here by Fico. No, he's keeping it alive.
Seeing what they can do, especially with 4 in the area.
Now it's too far forward, though. Poseidon forcing that as he was just doing so much damage onto Fico, bombarding him every moment. Now Max comes through. That's a great whaling play. Thunderbird will allow the escape from Fico, but you can see that combo's still strong.
Exactly, the Wailing Blade is so good at catching people out if they're just 1 step forward, has amazing range and an instant cast time.
He lined up both Knight and Fico there, though. That was nice.
Oh, the Hurricane
This is
Wall.
better. Grizzly Q will be saved. There's a good metamorphosis coming through with the Angelic Splendor to back it up, but they don't find anything with it. Oxy falls back. Z's chunking, but Grizzly Q's pushing forward, and Z loses that trade. Bad. They do have Oxy very low. Just few dare dive. Yes, he does, but at what cost is he's now caught out well underneath the tower, and the Malleus didn't take him over the wall, forcing him to retreat the long way round. He's got the shields, but Poseidon's on the chase. There's the blinding light. He's barely under tower, and 09 has the heal.
That all started with an amazing Hurricane Wall by Grizzly King, not for the kill and not for defense, but to push them out and zone them out of the Abyssal Dragon. That is amazing play.
Bot lane, that tower is still under threat. Poseidon will push forward, and they've got 09 still chased behind it.
Now they're trying to push into these towers, trying to take advantage of the fact that they're starting to gain that gold lead for the first time this game at the 10-minute mark.
Oh, Z, you're in big trouble as Poseidon continues to bully him back. That tower's gone.
And so is Z as he goes back to base.
This second tower might fall as well, Knight. And 09, it's only possible defenders, and 09 does it the metamorphosis. Does he dare spend it for this, though? Because the tower's gone. Knight's repositioned. He's deleted. Angelic Splendor is here. This is disastrous. Fuse overcommitted. He too will fall. And it's 2 more kills to Nova as they step up. I apologize for doubting them.
This is the same thing that happened to Clash yesterday. They tried to defend the towers thinking that Nova's going to fight them as heroes, but no, all they want to do is take the towers.
Especially with Oxy on Elsu. O9, are you serious?
They tried.
Diving into the middle of a 5-man squad. Now they'll spend the Metamorphosis and hope it's enough to get him out. It is.
I think it was a good try because you can always get out of there most likely with that Metamorphosis. So yeah, just if you can get it, it's a huge play. If he doesn't, it shouldn't be the end of the world.
O9 will be safe behind his second tier tower for now, but that second tier tower itself is gone. As Nova have suddenly activated around the 7 to 10 minute mark, as they are wont to do so often.
Oh, speaking of activation, this tower looks like it's going down.
Yeah, below half HP, you can see the work of Oxy just chunking it down. They do clear wave in time, the tower hangs on, but it takes one more attack from Oxy to remove it.
Doesn't even need the mini wave, I would say. Just walk up there and shoot it.
OZ is the primary target, though. He'll fall first. Knight tries to defend, the tower's already gone, and the snipes are beginning to hurt. O9 chunked down to half HP by just 2.
Every time we look, Nova's taking down another tower. The camera flips over and, oh my goodness, they're just falling left and right.
O9 and Few will try and defend this one. They can't lose anymore, but Oxy gets to safety. The Angelic Splendor's cancelled. Few can't get out. Can they hold the tower? I think not. There's only one remaining on the map, and that might not be necessary for Nova, as there are only 2 defenders until Z responds in 5. The waves have arrived in mid. The tower, the core, is under threat, and it will be Nova Esports washing away Sleepy at the 12-minute mark for game 1.
Nova bided their time knowing they had the late game. They said, you know what, we don't need to dominate the early game because we know we have it in the bag, and had it, they did.
You need to go back and watch the last 2 minutes of that game if you want to see the definition of a snowballing mid-game team.